Hi there and welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how we can create static web pages. Okay. But before starting, I would like to show you one of the static web page that I have designed, and in our upcoming videos, we are going to learn how to design that web page. So let's just have a look at that first and then we'll come back how to design it. Now in order to make it simple, I have kept all the necessary files that are required for my web page inside a folder that is known as web page. I have created a folder on my computers and named it as web page, and inside that I have created different files. What these files are for, that we look for in our upcoming videos. As you can see, this is a file and it has a browser icon in front of it. That means it is the actual file which we need to run on our browser. Since it is a web page, so we are going to run it in our browser. How we are going to do that? It's very simple. Just right click on the file and click on open with, and you can choose any of the browser. For example, I'm going to work with the Google Chrome, so I'll click on the Google Chrome itself. Okay, so once we click on the Google Chrome, see, this page would be opened up. This is a web page. As you can see, this is having an extension .html that I'll let you know why we need this .html, right? And see, this is my web page. Okay, so these are the different links that we have created. If I click on about, then I'll move downwards. If I click on publications, then we'll move at some another page. If I click on Twitter, we'll move at some another page, on LinkedIn, and then home. So we all the things are on one single page, but we need not to scroll it down. We need not to do it like this. We'll simply click on one of the icon and it will move us to that particular location where we want to, right? And at the end we have different, these different logos. As I click on the logo, I'll move on to that particular page. Sometimes it happens I'm at the bottom of the page, I want to move at the top of the page, so we have created in both ways, right? So now we are going to learn how we are going to create this web page. Okay, and I hope you will enjoy learning this. So let's just start. Okay, so let me introduce you to the interface on which we are going to work. This is known as Visual Studio Code. If you want to learn how we can install this interface, you can watch my another video in which I have given the description how to install Visual Studio Code. And after that, actually we can design a web page on Notepad itself by giving it the file name as an extension .html. That we can do. But why we follow this interface? Because this platform, it's going to be a bit easy for us to do many of the tasks. You will learn it slowly when we start doing the things, right? So as I told you that I have kept all my files in the web page folder. So I'm going to create a new file in this folder because we are going to start it from the scratch. So I'm going to give it a name, that is demo.html. So the very first thing that we need to do whenever we are going to work in this is, the very first thing is going to be, we need to give a title tag. In HTML we have two types of tag. One is known as pair tag, one is known as unpaired tag. Pair tags are those which have a starting tag as well as a closing or an ending tag, whereas the unpaired tags are those which don't have any ending tag. For example, if I'll write BR tag, it won't give me any ending tag for that, right? But as soon as I write, let's say if I write here head tag, it's going to give me an ending tag also. So this is how your Visual Studio Code is a bit easy for us, because we need not to give the ending tag. It is taking it automatically. We need not to remember whether this is a pair tag or an unpaired tag. Okay, so that is why mostly we prefer such kind of interfaces. It's not mandatory every time we are going to use the Visual Studio Code, but I personally prefer this one, right? So the first thing is, we are going to give a title to our page. Let's say I'm going to give the title, that is HTML tutorial, right? So we are going to write down that title. This is very simple, so we are just going to do that. We are going to save it, and now we are going to run our file. Okay, So see, when I run my file, I can see this this particular page, and if you can just notice, the on my page it has been written HTML tutorial. So this is the title of the page, right? So we have just given the title of the page. Now we are going to move gradually in this video how we can create the different more things, right? So let's just move back to our Visual Studio Code once. So inside this, now what we want is, firstly I'm going to show we can create a list, and in order to create a list we have a tag that is known as UL tag. UL tag stands for unordered list. That means a list which is not having a numbering. We can have two types of list. One is ordered, one is unordered. Unordered list says that we are not going to have any numbering in front of them, like 1 2 3 A B C, okay, or Roman numbers 1 2 3 and all. But unordered list says we are not going to have any numbering in front of that, right? Like in our web page we have seen there is no numbering, okay. The second thing, inside UL is just an unordered list tag, but inside it we need to create different we need to have different items. So we are going to have a tag that is known as LI. LI stands for listed item, okay. You can give text according to your requirements. For example, the web page that we have just seen now, for example this web page, this has the different listed item. One is home, about, publication, Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So we are going to create same list using our tags, right? So firstly we are going to use LI tag. Let me just introduce my first list item, that is home. We can have as many number of list items we want. There is no check on that. Then we do have publications. Then I can have YouTube. Then I can have, as many number of items you want, right? Then we can have Twitter and all that, right? So I'm just going to save it and we are going to check whether that is working or not. This is my web page. I'm going to refresh it and see everything, whatever we have written over in our coding, that is appearing here. But can you see the difference? This is not, I'm not finding it so good. Just compare it with this one. It's not that good, right? So it's like it's very old kind of thing, but nowadays web pages are not designed like this. So we are going to put some more effort, right, in order to create a web page. So what is that effort is going to be? For that, basically we need to put some styles in this listed item, and for that we are going to have one file. That file I have already created. We are not going into detail of this, so I'm just going to show you what we have done. See, we have different types of classes in it. These are known as classes. Whatever is with this dot sign, that is known as class. So what is the benefit of having CSS? That we can refer the CSS at the different places. Wherever we want, we can just refer. So if we want to use all the features that we have defined in our style.css file, first of all, we need to link it with our file, right? So that we can use all the features that are already defined, all the settings that are already defined. In order to use that, we are supposed to use one more tag that is known as head tag. Now, as you have seen, the title tag appears in the title bar. So any other setting, if we want to refer to any other page or any other CSS, HTML, then we need to use this head tag, right? Inside head tag, we are going to give the title tag as well. And now we are going to create a link for our CSS file. For that, we are going to use a tag which is known as link tag. And inside link tag, we are going to write the which kind of link we are going to give, that is of style sheet. And here we are going to use one more tag that is known as href. Href stands for hyperlink reference. What is that? That we'll discuss in detail in our upcoming videos, because we are going to use this tag as well. .css, why I'm writing .css? Because see, this is CSS folder. Inside CSS folder, I have my file that is known as style.css. So we are going to use this thing, right? And then we are going to close this file. This is the benefit of using basically the Visual Studio Code. Many of the things we need not to remember. Since we have linked our CSS file to our web page, now we are going to use the feature of this file, the styles that we have already defined inside this file. For example, we are going to use this nev class. Okay, why we are going to use this nev class? Because we have we just want to have a navigator menu, right? As you can see the website that we have designed. See the website, we are going to have a menu like this. Okay, but right now our menu is coming like this, just a list of item, but it's not appearing as a menu. So we just want to do that. So for that we are going to use a class of it that is known as nev_menu. So we are going to refer the classes with every tag that we have already defined. We'll write class is equals to nev_menu, and then with UL tag we are going to give a class that is nev_c, and refer the name from here also, right? So we have nev_item, so we are going to use that with our UL tag, that is nev_item. And then with LI tags we are also going to use a class that is known as item is going to be used here, and here we are going to use list. Okay, because we are talking about unordered list. Inside unordered list we are going to have items. Okay, and we have closed it wrong at the wrong place, so here we'll close it, and I'm going to copy the same thing for we have closed it at the wrong place. It should get closed here after the name of the class. Okay, now I'm going to copy the name of the class for every single item that we have used, because this is going to be the same, right? So I'm not going to write it again and again, so we are just going to copy it here. And the list items, it depends upon your requirement. You can give 1 also, you can give 10 also. Now, so see, can you see the page? Now my list is appearing as a menu, just like this only, right? So this is appearing as a menu. So this is the first thing that we have created for our web page. We have created a menu. Now in the next video we'll learn how we can create links for those menus. What are the links? For example, if I'm clicking at Twitter, it is moving on to that particular place where Twitter is defined. If I'm clicking on this about, it is moving upwards, right, where this is being defined. Okay, so in the next video we are going to learn how we are going to create. See, right now this is not a link. As you can notice the difference, if I'm hovering my mouse on this particular word, it's taking the hand shape, which means this is a link, right? But here in my web page right now, if I'm hovering my mouse on this particular word, on in any of the word giving me that hand shape, that means it is not a link right now. So in the next video, I'll show you how we can create link. You must have seen on some sites or on the Wikipedia, sometimes something is written in the blue letter and it's being underlined. So that means this is a kind of link. When I click on that particular phrase, when I click on that particular word, it will redirect me to some another page, or it will redirect me to on the same page but at some another position, right? So in the next lesson we are going to learn how we can create those links. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you will enjoy the upcoming videos as well, because we are going to explore many of the interesting features of HTML and CSS. So stay tuned. Till then, bye bye.